the ColorLogic system works accurately because we have characterized all of our colors and our decorative effects based on what the printing press can do. So we've basically studied all major press manufacturers, whether that's printing with white ink or silver ink or toner, and we then built a system around it. So all of our algorithms in our plugins, all the color formulations in our swatch books are based around what the press can achieve. So from there, we now know what is achievable with the machine. We can now use those tools to do color separation. So that could be in Illustrator, like we're in now, to show you. We could be packaging labels, etc., using our dedicated metallic palettes. Could be in InDesign as well, but today we're going to demonstrate how to do the image separation that we did for Printing United on your files. So as a quick demonstration to compare against how white ink is usually done versus what we do with ColorLogic, on the left hand side we have the traditional old-fashioned white ink mask. Now that basically means you have to create a separation where you want to see the white. Now you can't see white on a computer screen if you make it white. So for anybody that's not familiar with this, if I make it white and then I switch on my file, you cannot see your white separation because white set to overprint or multiply goes transparent. Therefore, we're all taught that basically we should create a spot color called white and we should make it like blue, for example. That's the most commonly used one. So now we see the white, but it's blue. So all your whites are blue, all your images contaminated by blue colors, you can't really see the intent of the design correctly. Now what normally happens is people basically put metallic in everything else. So in this background area, for example, you would have the silver substrate and that's it. So you'd have silver substrate and white. And it's quite a crude way of working. You get these kind of like hard edges. There's no photorealism, there's no shading, and quite honestly, it looks quite terrible. Now with ColorLogic, on the other hand, this image here, we have the ColorLogic separation. So you can see the image on the right actually looks right. It looks correct. And it looks correct because we're using our plugins. So first of all, we have a plugin from the plugin menu. It's an Adobe UXP based plugin. The image separation algorithms have been developed, like I said, based on what the press can do. So it takes into account things like ISO standard for the CMYK. And then calculates the optimum effect for the pixels in the image based on all these different properties. Yellow is more translucent than a blue. You need less metallic in the yellows than you do into the cyans. There's an anti-screen clash algorithm built in there. There's a whole range of complexity. But what it basically means is all you have to do is create metallic separation. So we've done one here. We've got the separation done. So the silver is the silver substrate. The white is the white ink mask. So unlike comparing it against the old-fashioned method, our separation shows you the silver substrate and the white, whereas the old-fashioned method doesn't show you a silver substrate, doesn't show you white. So what's the more logical thing? Design where you can see the effect correctly, accurately, with color separations that generates photorealistic separations. You've got tonal shading throughout there. It's not 100% white, it's not 100% silver substrate. We create tonal ranges based on our algorithms. So that means that we have these photorealistic separations. Now the next thing we're going to do is show you how we did it on your actual file, so we can show you how the plugin worked and what we did to it. We will then take that file and render it in the FX viewer, which we use to see the metallic effects, and then we can then see what the final printed result was like. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay, so to convert this image, we're going to go to the plugin menu, go to ColorLogic, go to Image Effects. Then click on Create Metallic Separation. That's going to analyze the image and calculate the optimum metallic effect for each pixel in that image based on its hue value. We will then end up with a ColorLogic separation. As you can see here, that is a photo separation, so that meaning it's a continuous tone. We have different percentages of the white and the metallic effect coming through. What we don't want to do is have everything in metallic, so we're going to make a mask and we're going to delete what we don't want to be metallic. In this case, it's going to be the focal point of the design, which is the character at the front. We're going to put the metallic into the background. We're going to flatten that image down. We're going to convert it into CMYK. And now we're going to do a little bit of color retouching on there to compensate for the metallic substrate. So we're going to make a selection of all the pixels on the ColorLogic separation. We're going to go and do a new brightness and contrast masking in here. So in the properties box, we're going to change that to about 30. That's now lightened the background in the selected areas that's only affected by the ColorLogic separation, so nothing else is being changed. We're then going to do another one. We're going to do, again, make a selection, go to the masking tools. We're going to do a hue and saturation mask. I'm going to hit that to about 15 points. So what we're doing here is we're basically creating a non-destructive. You can see we're putting a little bit of color in there. and a little bit lightening the background. So that's going to compensate for the grayness of that silver substrate. And these are things that we teach you as an educational process, things that you won't find anywhere else, tips and tricks on how to use embellishments. So there we have it. We have our image that's been separated. If we wanted to, we can boost up that metallic separation. So, for example, if I press the boost button, it's going to boost up the ColorLogic separation 25% at a time. So I can keep hitting it over and 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 over, and it will fill more in. So you can do that if you want to put more pop into your design. So there we have it, an extremely simple way of creating photorealistic image separations for a white ink printing on metallic substrate. Next, what we're going to show you is taking that into Illustrator and making an FX viewer of that file so we can see what it looks like to send off to the client.